I purchased these 3 boxes of Ektachrome E200 for a grand total of $3. They all expired in 1990 and they all have the same emulsion number. So I figured, hey, I'll shoot one of these and I'll know what to expect for the other 2. Originally, the idea was just to shoot these 3 and that would be the end of the video, but I ended up stumbling upon a process which I find a lot more interesting, and that is the ECN2 or C41 color reversal process. It's kind of convoluted, and when I first read about it over a year ago, I thought, well, why the hell would anyone want to do that? Rolls of E6 and hours of processing later, here I am doing the same thing. This was my first development, and it actually came out really well. I don't know why it came out so well, but it did. That gave me a lot of hope for the rest of the rolls, but if you look at these, they're not great. I don't really know what happened. I originally thought that maybe the chemistry itself was going bad already. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. But then I also realized something interesting is that I've never shot slide film before, so I don't even know what to expect. I decided to buy a re-spooled roll of E100 from FPP, I think, and the canister is just awful. I don't know. This could have been user error, but it probably wasn't. The cassette itself just stops after like 5 frames. It would not advance anymore. I even did a snip test on this, cut a different leader because I thought maybe I had wound it wrong, but nope, it did the same thing on the second time around, so I don't really know. Anyway, so these are some of the tests that I had. They definitely don't look awesome, and these aren't something that I can really like color correct and post. They're not good, but I don't know what part of it is just being expired or the improper developing technique, because the first one, again, really good, but if you compare it to here, I mean, what's going on? I have no clue. It doesn't really matter now in hindsight, because I did find a great way to develop it. But in the process of doing so, I did a lot of testing. I mean, I tried Rodinol, I tried Xtol, I tried different dilutions, I tried different times and temperatures. You can see that I was getting closer and closer to that original development with every subsequent developing time. While I was developing this roll itself, I definitely thought that everything was going to come out great. I mean, this is E100 and it's fresh. This was a fresh roll that I purchased, and it just looks bad. I didn't develop it right. In hindsight, it's because I developed the first developer for 8 minutes instead of 12. At this point, it was about 4 weeks in. I had developed several times, a lot of snip tests, a lot of research, and I was about to give up on the process. Directly after this roll, which I thought I was going to give up on, I developed a roll of Fuji Provia and got literally nothing. I mean, this is just charcoal gray. But definitely I was feeling pretty bad about this whole developing process in general. So I set it aside for a week, but I decided, hey, why not give something else a try? I have access to a Noritsu V50, so what I did was the first step in the color reversal process, the black and white developer, and then I let it dry overnight, re-spooled it into this container, and then fed it through the Noritsu 50 the next day. Those times and temperatures are a little different than what I actually needed, but I just kind of assumed it would work. It didn't, but there are images here. You can see this is the sky, which is probably severely blown out because slide film. So maybe that would work if I shot it at 25 ISO, but I wasn't interested in doing that. I wanted to shoot it at box speed. After a lot of testing and looking around, I did stumble upon the right combination of times and temperatures, and this came out really good actually. I mean, this is pretty accurate. Some people in fact said that it was more accurate than their E6 processing at home, which I find hard to believe, but because it's so expired, I'm curious as to how it came out so well. I'm thinking maybe that the first part, the black and white developer, really gives you a huge margin of error for the expired cast. I'm not really sure. Also, don't mind that random floating image. I'm just trying to blur out that image. I still don't really have a good handle on video editing, so that's the best you'll get. In the description, I've added the link to the Reddit post that I made, and that'll have all my times, temperatures, and dilutions, so you can follow in my footsteps down to a T. I'm not going to guarantee that you get amazing results, because I surely didn't get amazing results, and I've tested it over and over and over again. But I did find something that works for me. So if anything, it'll be a stepping stone so that you can practice and try it on your own. Another thing to note is that I didn't add a step to put a stabilizer in. Someone in the comments mentioned that I need to be using a stabilizer because the color dyes will eventually degrade over the course of 5-10 years, but I'm really not concerned about it. Half of the stuff is expired anyway. Who cares? Well, I don't know how to end this video, so bye.